demands that are placed on the boys and the playing squad is significant, and to be able to roll that performance out in a 3-game week can be challenging. So optimising recovery alongside the performance demands is probably our biggest challenge.
You're playing 3 games a week pretty often, so being able to stay ahead of your workflows and make sure you've got that preparation in place, because even if you've only got a couple of days between games, the process has to stay the same. You want to do your due diligence and make sure the work's done properly. So I think just dealing with that time pressure is the biggest thing.
Yeah, we work really closely with Pete and the guys from an analysis standpoint. The wider NDT are very integrated, from the coaches to analysis to physical preparation, and everyone has to be sort of pointing in the right direction to achieve a result on a Saturday. I think that integration gives us the best opportunity to do that.
I use Performance Studio in order to save time on looking further back, which allows me to identify their tactical structure against our shape and how we can tweak it.
What I think Performance Studio does really well is you've got all these different filters that you can choose from to see certain video clips. So instead of trawling through every single set piece that a team has, you can focus on the ones that are more specific to you. So if you know another team puts the same number of players in the box as we do, then we might be able to just hone in on those and see how our opponents react to that. So it really streamlines what we can do. And then we get a lot of questions off the cuff from coaches, such as, oh, if we do this, what do you think they'll do? And again, using those filters, you can kind of quickly find a clip that's as similar to that as possible and give them the right answer.
With an expectation that we are going to have to rotate. Your data allows us to do that by providing reliable, valid data that we can benchmark alongside our subjective wellness to make sure we're making the right decisions with rotation, and try and give the coaching staff as early indication as we can to aid the tactical prep.
I think one thing that's really good with it is, as well as telling you who's involved the most in certain things, so we might look at key passes and see a certain player plays the most. It also tells you which ones are created the highest XG, so we can see which players are most dangerous with it. And again, we can then marry that up with the footage using the filters to see, oh, what are their high XG moments coming from? What kind of threats we need to be aware of?
We use the physical insight significantly across the first team squad. We use it for pre and post-match physical analysis. So on a pre-match basis, we use it to compare to the upcoming opposition, to sort of give the guys a gauge as to the physical demands they're going to face in game on an individual and a team basis. And post-match, we utilise it to benchmark ourselves across the league and benchmark ourselves against that opposition to see how we performed relative to match context and playing style. Predominantly, we look at high-speed run and sprint distance as our sort of our 2 main KPIs across the league. We've experienced a significant increase in both metrics since we've been promoted from League One. We're looking at probably a 30% increase across both metrics. So we predominantly look at them to see how we're matching up relative to championship opposition across high speed and sprint. So for example, our wing-backs will get the data relative to opposition wing-backs and relative to the upcoming threat from the opposition wide men. So we sort of try and do a lot of comparative data to give the guys an idea as to what the physical expectation is in the game and what the potential demand is. From the coaching staff perspective, they like the benchmarking data, so we give them benchmarking data, like we said, relative to league and relative to opposition, and just allows us to almost bucket opposition teams into subcategories as to what we're expecting from a physical demand standpoint.
So we spoke about highlighting the team's shapes in different phases of the game. And again, we'll put that in the report that's shared with all the coaches. It's shared with the players as well, so they're able to get that insight should they want it.
For me, the biggest positive is that everything is just pulled into one initial data stream. So it allows Pete and the guys to be across everything from tactical and technical. If they need to view anything from a fitness standpoint, it's easily accessible. And the main positive is that everyone has confidence in sort of the data quality and like the data reliability.